Hello, friends. Imagine waking up in a foreign country and someone tries to undress you. That's the title of the 14th chapter of my book, and I was first introduced to it by a support group member as a way to understand what it must be like to live in the late stages of Alzheimer's disease. Hello, I'm Dr. Renee Harmon. I'm the author of Surfing the Waves of Alzheimer's. It's a teaching memoir about my husband, Harvey, and his time with younger onset Alzheimer's disease. It's about how the disease affected him, me, and our family. I call it a teaching memoir because it's organized around caregiving principles, illustrated by story and then ending with a discussion. So if you're watching this video, I invite you now to close your eyes, and I'm going to expand on the title and paint a broader picture. So close your eyes. Imagine waking up and you don't know where you are. It looks like a hotel room, but you don't recognize any of the furniture. You don't recognize the pictures on the wall or even the scene outside the window, and you don't know how you got there. The television is on, and it's blaring a foreign language television show that you don't recognize. Then a woman enters your room speaking loudly in a foreign language. You don't recognize her either, and she comes forward to you, still speaking, invading your private space now, and then she untucks your shirt. You try to block her and resist her and run away, but all the doors are locked. Still putting up resistance, she does get you changed, and you finally just give up and settle in and watch this foreign language television shows all day. The same thing happens the next day, only it's a different hotel room and a different woman entering your room. How would you respond? I really think this is a great way to understand what it must be like to live in the later stages of Alzheimer's disease. It explains so many of the behaviors that can be seen here. And those behaviors can be dangerous to the caregiver who is at home, and even the caregivers and other residents at memory care facilities. Memory care facilities have an obligation to keep their residents and their staff safe. So when they see behaviors like this, they have to do something. So they do try to prevent these behaviors and teach their staff good techniques on how to interact with patients at this stage. And I saw some amazing skill by nursing assistants who could change Harvey one-on-one in a short period of time, all while he was kind of pushing back a little bit, much better than I ever could do. But it still can be dangerous. So if these behaviors persist and aren't responsive to behavioral modification, the memory care facility may elect to send your loved one to a geriatric psychiatry unit where they would be monitored and medications might be added or changed. If you're at home with your loved one and dangerous behaviors are happening, you need to talk to your physician. If it's an imminently dangerous situation, you need to accompany your loved one to the emergency room where they'll be evaluated and possibly be admitted to a geriatric psychiatry unit. So what kind of behaviors constitute behaviors that would get someone sent to geriatric psychiatry? I'll just answer from our own experience. Harvey was admitted 5 times during his 2 years that he was in memory care. The first was when he broke a door trying to leave. Another was when he refused to leave a room of another resident even when he was redirected. Another time he had hold of someone's wrist, another resident's wrist so tightly that it drew blood. Another time, staff sent him because, quote, he always seems to be in the middle of our behavior issues, end quote. And then the last time was he caused another resident to fall out of her bed when he tried to get in that bed. So all of the decisions to send Harvey were made without my input. I had no say in what was going to happen, where he was going to go. Even if I suggested, could you please send him to this particular unit because it was close to me or whatever, there was some reason or another that my wishes couldn't be held. it was very frustrating. I felt out of control, probably less out of control than Harvey felt. But anyway, I understand and I understood, but it still makes me feel queasy and uncomfortable, but I don't know any other solution. So understanding these behaviors and using the scenario that I painted at the top can lead to empathy for your loved one who is maybe exhibiting some of these behaviors, and it might help